lead sheets. Now, like in a lot of my videos, I'm going to go in a few directions, and I'm going to give you as much information as you need to get through what we call a lead sheet, which, as you probably know by now, they're pretty much outdated. Like if you went into you can still buy these in bookshop, music shops. Okay, I bought this 10 years ago, 8 years, 10 years ago, and I know you can't see that. It's bang, there it is. Look, because it's in too fine a print. But I'll show you another one. Now, let's go right to the start. So we have touched on, just bear with me, it's be worth your time, I've got all my notes here that I want to say to you. So, okay, you can read that, how to read a lead sheet. Now, how can I position myself here? Righto. So, yeah, here we are. Wait a minute, I'll get this in camera. That's better. You can freeze frame this thing. So that's just a bar. So when you see that's the bar, right? The next bar, okay? That's a bar. That's a bar. That's the next bar, okay? Not rocket science. Now, in here, sometimes you'll get what they call pickup notes. So, and what I've done here is literally I've marked out a big staff. They're usually about this big, as you saw in that, excuse me, I'll get that up there again, in that Beatles lead sheet book. They're about that big, and the lines in between are tiny. I've just enlarged it so you can literally see where all the notes are, okay? So, and this is where you're going to start at the very bottom, and that's what it looks like. That's what an A looks like. A B, am I on camera? You just freeze frame it. That's probably the best thing. And so on. So, you've got that. Freeze frame that, and then you will literally be able to read any melody line there is, okay? That's a sharp. That's a flat. You know I don't call them that, because I just call them what they are. A 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Now, let's get into, this is in 4/4, so 4 beats to the bar. Let's move on to the next section of what I wanted to say about that. So, when you see these lead sheets, they're in 4/4. And 4/4 is mostly pop, jazz, well, even blues. They'll go on 4/4. Anything can go on 4/4. Then you get your waltzes, and you'll see a 3 and a 4, right? And 3 like do 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 do. Then you get 6/8, like some ballads. And I've referenced this before, like I'm going to reference this, and I've said this 1,000 times. Just listen to the recording, and you're going to pick up on stuff. You're going to pick up on where the beat shifts, where the chords shift, and how the rhythm of the song goes. I'll give you a little demonstration of this. Like a 4x4 song is literally just 4 beats of the same chord, right? So it's just, and I've done this before, and the Beatles, you know. I can't get me pedals. Just, dun, 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 dun. So a 6/8 is like Now, to me, looking at that, okay, that's all good, but the main thing is you've got to listen to these recordings wherever you get them from, YouTube, Spotify, Looney Tunes, or whatever it is over there in America. G'day America, UK, g'day the world, and you listen to the song because you're going to pick up. And I use Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra is a great example of 6/8. So's Elvis. He swings in and out of the time. They call it a time signature, and it doesn't go like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's more like when you hear Frank Sinatra singing, he's going, "Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars." See, it's just sort of swinging in and out because the beat's it's changing tempo from 6 to 8 to 6 to 8. You see where I'm going with this? It's just swinging in and out. Okay, enough of that. Frank wasn't he a bloody brilliant artist? Okay, you're going to see this sort of stuff, okay, on a lead sheet, a coda. Go to the coda, DS and a coda. It's all in these, that book I just showed you before. Moving on. Now, we've done yesterday. Remember we done yesterday, and I've literally marked it out for you. And what it is, see the chords above there? Every time, and I've marked it, and underneath, let me get around here so you can see this. So, as you can see, it's got an A, it starts off with, okay, no chords. There's no chords there, and it'll just have a little NC. I didn't put that in. Okay, excuse me for that. And you know it's 4x4, and you'll see it's always in a treble clef, right? Because with 90% of musicians, and the remaining would be classical piano players, they have to use all that complicated music stuff that you see, you know, with many notes, and this is what 90% of musicians use. Okay, so, and the simplest way to get through any song, and I've played this in the most simplest way, and you won't pretty much find it anywhere else on YouTube except for me. I'm just giving myself a bit of a rev there. So you've hit the F on the G, and you go yesterday, and then you go to an E minor. You hit that A with your right hand, using your right hand for all these melody notes, right? Using your right hand for the melody notes, and you're using your left hand for the chords that are sitting up the top there, okay? And you saw me play this. You can go back and have a look at the video, and that's just one bar. Then you go to the next bar there, okay? And we start in again. And underneath, as you saw in that other one, all these words line up with a note, okay? Not rocket science. And even like, see, like that EDD, it's EDD far away, and they split it up, okay? Not rocket science. These things are really easy to read. Now, another thing, what else did I want to mention? You got that. Excuse me. Don't scroll on. All right, I've mentioned this in other videos. There is basically 3 parts to structure a song. Now, this is those you guys out there who are looking to make your own music, and like me, and know a little bit about how things are structured. So pretty much there's your melody, your harmony, and your rhythm. You get your rhythm in both hands. Look, someone can pull me up with this. Mainly you get your rhythm in your left hand with whacking in, and you've seen me do this before. I done a video when I just went like a C, and then I done a fifth. All right, a fifth. I went do with that. I went do, and whacked 3 beats in between the bar, in between the chord, right? So I come down on the chord with my right hand, and then went do, went 3 beats. Actually, I did it twice. I gave you another example. I come down on the chord, went do, and then come down on the chord again in Let It Be. Go back and check that video out if that hasn't confused you so far. So you got your melody. Look, these songs are made up of melody, harmony, and rhythm. Get that in your head. Harmony, melody, rhythm. Let's move on. We done this song here, and I'll get this out for you. Bang, there it is, and that is pretty much how I don't know if I'm going camera. Yeah, I think I am. There I am, still answering brutally. Yeah, intro, chorus, verse, bridge, blah, 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 outro. Out you go. Now, with, let's go on the HD piano rant. They, as you know, I follow HD Piano and I affiliate with them. Highly recommend you get their discount through me and join them. It is worth every friggin' penny. They're the best app in the world. And they have exactly the same as Ultimate Guitar, because we're going to be using Ultimate Guitar. We're going to be using me and my knowledge that I get from the other teachers, and we're going to be using Ultimate Guitar, me, and HD Piano. Now, HD Piano are the same when it comes to the where you can literally throw these books. You can literally throw these books away now. You really don't have to buy them because everything's online now, because we're in the digital age, as you know. And when you bring up, and I did mention this when I've done the HD Piano app, underneath it, they'll have every chord and all the words to the chord in a row, like a big row, and all you do is just follow it down. And it's exactly the same on Ultimate Guitar. And this is how we're going to rant through a hell of a lot of songs, just belting out chords in one hand, in the right hand, and doing a rhythm in the left hand. Okay, I know we've only just clipped a bit off the iceberg, so to speak. Now, I believe I've said enough for this video. Yeah, okay. This will go out on all the streams. Get your answers met at YouTube. Please get over there. This is where I rip all these songs apart. I did one the other day for you. Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis, and it took me over half an hour, and I just ripped the whole thing apart. Now, for you beginners, you will, if you just follow me and just watch me how I rip them apart, you'll get to your piano and you go, okay, you done that, yep, bang, done. Okay, this is the easiest and simplest way to get through songs. Just chords in your left hand, melody lines in your right, and like I said before, when your hand is coming down, when you're running up that melody, and you go bang, there's a chord, and you hit them both at the same time. They're coming down both at the same time. Now, down the track, we're going to get into what they call, like, when your hands, and a good example was that the AC. Remember you done the ACD song, and I'll give you a bit of a demo of that. What I call this syncopation. In other words, what's the word? It's the terminology I'm looking for here. You're playing between the cracks, like you're going. Let's see. Well, there's your rhythm, okay? There's your rhythm. Obviously, there's not much melody in that. It's just rhythm. That's just three beats to the bar, okay? Typical AC/DC, 3 beats to the bar. So in other words, there's only just say 1, 2, 3. This is why I go and listen to recordings, and you'll pick up on the beats, how many beats per minute there are. You'll pick up on I've mentioned this before, the drummer, he sets the rhythm, and when you go, you know there's a change coming. It's the same with the piano. Is always sort of like underneath it, unless the piano is the main instrument. Because when you got guitars wailing over the top, like a lead guitar wailing over the top, it's hard to hear the piano underneath. The piano just becomes, I call it the grand master of the instrumental. It's the center of everyone. Everyone's plays around and on top and around the piano player, and he comes in and bang, 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 he'll just go into a solo. Then they'll go to a trumpet player, and he'll go into his solo, and then the violins will come in. You know, Robbie Williams with Angels or whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. All right. In the words of the great one, Robbie Williams, I love you all. Like and subscribe. Give me a like. All that jazz. See you in the next one, gang. See ya. Bye.